All right, so let's get this part two in. Talking about a situation where women are now actually making claims that they can cheat on their partners, husbands, boyfriend, whatever, don't matter. This was a conversation that I was having with some, I don't really know, I don't know them, but we were in the same area. And, it was just, they made it an open conversation. I see them, but I'm not like friends with them or nothing like that. Just people just familiar faces, say it like that. But let me say, and what they were saying and how they were, speaking about if their woman decides that they want to cheat. This is what pretty much. Let me put it this way without speaking as how they were speaking. Just saying it. This is what they were saying. They said pretty much, if the woman want to cheat, it's their bodies, they have the right. And then we just hopefully that, they don't leave them for that person. But if they do, they have the right to do that. There's nothing we can do about it. I saw a podcast where these women were saying, there was this one woman started off that saying that same exact thing. And they brought it up as well. And I said, yeah, I saw the podcast. I see a whole lot of things. And when she said that, the other women on the panel started saying the same things. Like, yeah, I agree with that. I like that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then, right. And they start talking about how men are dogs, men cheat, men this, men that. Okay. So if men are dogs, you're going to cheat with a dog. Because it's obvious if he knows that you're married, he knows that you're in a relationship. Yeah, okay. He's a dog, but so are you. That's the thing. You're excluding yourself from that. I'm going to do the same thing that you do. Somehow I'm not like you. Yeah, so if men are dogs, then so are you women that's doing the same things. So, and as a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys ever saw this video as well. It's some serious. I don't watch this shit. I always see like the little clips pop up on my phone. It's like this other shit. I just happen to see this shit and I'm like, wow. Where they have this guy come in. It's kind of like, it's not the same, but similar. Like if you have like that Love Connection, like old shows like that, where these women, I think it's 5 or 6 of them, they stand there and they all have balloons. And then when a guy walks in, they'll pop the balloon if they're not interested in that guy, type of thing. Okay. So it's somewhere like that, only they're not standing up. They're all sitting around this table. I don't even know who the fuck the person is. It's not even important. It's the principle. If you are in a relationship and you're literally just like, babe, look, I'm just being honest with you. My ex-boyfriend, I ran into him the other night. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. And, since I've been with you, I've been only with you, this, that, and the third. But he invited me out for drinks tonight and dinner. So I'm going to go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to say I'm not going to have sex with him. But even if I do, I love you. You should trust me enough to make the right decisions. This is where they're going with this shit. Like when you see something the first time, it's so stupid, you just shake your head. But then you watch all of it and you like, this is the world that we live in. People are really like scumbags, like screwed up scumbags, and they think that they're not. So how do you raise a family? Why would you start a family with someone that you don't respect, someone that you cheat on? And then the idea that this person's just going to keep putting up with this shit, and you as a man are a simpleton and shouldn't put up with this shit at all. But just like a whole lot of times where a man will know, it's one thing when you find out the hard way, but a man will know this woman she doesn't have my back. She's not down for me. And you know what that man will do? He will stick around until he make 5, 6, 7 babies with this one woman and end up being in this position where he's broke for the rest of his life because he's doing nothing but paying child support. And whether this woman works or not, she tries to keep the kids from you. All of these type of things. These particular females that are speaking like that, they're openly foolish. There is no, oh, but you got to understand this. No, fuck that. If you feel like the guy that you're with, just let's think about this. You're laying in the bed at night next to your partner with some other man on your mind. Okay. And before I say that, let's not make this a men versus women, women versus men type of conversation coming from me. I'm speaking on what's going on because I make videos about everything. I get on the fellas as well. This video is about what's being said and what's going on right now. Stick to the topic. So I don't want to hear no, oh, but men do it, whatever. We know people do what they do. But let's just be real, okay? You're laying next to this person thinking about another man. This woman actually said, it's all about the responsibility. And said that if a man that she beats would do things for her that her husband can't do, even if it's a situation where he lost his job or something happened that he had to pay for, and he had to, sacrifice one thing to make something else work, but whatever, however, and let's, and so here's a guy that whether it's somebody she just met, or some ex-boyfriend or whoever, he ends up giving her the money. She said he earned the right to where if I want to have sex with him, I can, because he's doing things for me that he don't have to do. So he earned that. And my man has no say so, because I could actually leave him and go be with this guy. And he flat out said, if the man is doing his responsibilities, then you don't have to worry about a woman cheating. And every one of them was sitting there shaking their heads in agreement. And I'm like, wow, it's not even shocking, man. But it's just like, she's saying this as if there's nothing wrong with it. Now, the problem with these simple-minded men, these simple-minded guys, is that at least now, they're being honest with you from the very beginning. Just like when you talk to a woman and what do you do for a living? Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? And right, and your dumb ass is sitting there answering questions with your fingers crossed like it's a fucking job interview. Every time you see this and you decide you're going to stick around, how do you think that this is going to go? And it's obvious. This is what you're going to teach your children. So the same way that these guys was telling me, it's a woman, it's her body, it's her. So wait, so you don't have any rights at all, huh? Your body, your mind, who you are, nothing, your feelings, nothing. It doesn't matter to her. She's letting you know it's about you, about her, not you. And let's make these men as feminine as possible, because you don't have a backbone. You don't even understand how to stand up for yourselves. And this is the generation where, once again, the fact that men are walking around here wearing skirts and dresses, and women are walking, holding hands with these dudes, and like, we know who runs we know who's the masculine one in the relationship, for damn sure. And you walking around wearing women's clothes. Why? What is happening to today's man? What is going on with today's man and women and women? And then so now let's just think about this. Your child walks in the door and you're sitting there hugged up with some other guy. And as immature as this generation of kids people are, they'd probably even tell the kid, well, sometime, mommy has a friend and I have a right to have a friend. I love daddy very much. And, I'm here with you and daddy. We're a family, but, I do have my friends, and, they're very close to me as well. So I have feelings for them too, or whatever. So we're just going to raise our children to think that it's okay to just fuck whoever you want. Just react. Like somebody said something, they made a response in one of the videos I made about the transgenders, like how they complain about how people treat them and act like that they're not human and don't want anything to do with them. But then as soon as they find someone that they can interact with, it turns into a whole, let me try to expose this person because that I want everybody to know this person is gay. I want everybody to know that me and this person, now that person said something that I agree with. I don't remember the whole paragraph, but the overall, the bullet point in there for me was, he said, I think that hurt people. I agree. You see, the problem with that, though, is whatever you do to retaliate doesn't make you feel better. It doesn't take away what happened, and you still are wearing those scars. So all you're doing is creating more of a problem for yourself. Because when you become a bitter person, you start wishing bad things on people. You want to see that person suffer. And when it doesn't happen, you start feeling more and more like the victim. And then you start to play the victim more. Because even I don't give a fuck. And let's say this, because the person brought up another point. They said that, what if, like, they basically saying, like, you know, like the person that might have messed around with this transgender person, right? And then turns out that that person's married and all that, and, you know, you don't play with people's feelings because you know how they're going to react. All of that I agree with. The problem, though, is how you react. You watch these police shows, for example, right, where there's like a disturbance call. A hotel don't want this family there. They're being rude. They're, you know, being disruptive, and so they want them gone. And the police come. They're not even under arrest. All they're telling them is they don't want you here. So, like, you know, we're here to escort you to your room, help make sure you got your belongings, everybody's safe, everything's cool, and you guys just go get off the property, go and just avoid, you know, any further problems. They don't want you here. They have the right to do that. And you always got these Karens going crazy, screaming, hollering, "When we come here all the time," and blah, 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 right? And instead of the husband, you see what happens? The men are trying to plead. If you notice, none of them ever can say, "Hey, listen, stop. Just stop it. We're going to go get our things and we're leaving. Just stop it. Let's go." No, he can't do that. "Baby, please, honey, please just don't, please." And then what ends up happening? You as a man have to stand there and watch another man ragdoll your wife, handcuff her, mace her, whatever, and because she won't even listen to you. This is what's happening to men. They have no say-so in anything. And they put up with this shit. That's my whole thing, is why are you putting up with it? I just, a few minutes ago, before I started reading this, on TikTok, somebody had a post saying some shit about women are no longer interested in having kids with men. So they're saying, like, due to the lack of men not providing for women properly and blah, blah, blah. So why should they settle? Nah, it's more of like this. Let's be honest. The man is the one settling. Why? Independent people don't need anybody to take care of them. When somebody comes along and you guys fall for each other and you want to be together, what you have together. But now it's the whole, you owe me this, you owe me that, it's your responsibility. That's not about equal rights. Equal means equal. Equal isn't me paying for everything while you sit up and look pretty all day and run around and just do whatever you want. That is not equal. But because you have these men that like this, you know, they want to flex and always tell me how much money they got and all this, and every video, the same lame shit. All these Tubi movies, same lame shit. Bunch of dudes always in some strip clubs and they just throwing money up in the air and all of this nonsense. And y'all want that lavish lifestyle. But my thing is, how in the fuck do you settle down with somebody that you don't respect? What is the purpose? Like, example, if you met a guy right now and you're talking and you say, "What do you do for a living?" And that guy says, "Oh, I'm a plumber." And then let's say it's like, "Oh shit, for real? I got issues at home, like my toilet's clogged up, and like when I turn the water on in the kitchen, I'm not getting any real pressure, blah, blah, blah." He comes over there and he fixed that shit for you for free. "Oh, thank you so much," and this and this and this and that. Then you guys start to date. Now, here's what happens. Your gratitude goes right out the window when a little time goes by. And you throw in his face, "You're a plumber, you don't make enough money, and this and that. I didn't think you were going to be a plumber forever." And do you realize that man's life was lit, like y'all like to say? It was lit before you came along. He was good. And now all of a sudden, He's just trying to please you, right? So as a woman, what I'm saying is, since you like to base how you feel about somebody on what they do for a living, how much money they have and don't have or whatever, then why even go through that? Why put him or yourself through that? And then why put kids through that? It's like looking at somebody, it's like watching somebody sit down right now. They're smiling, they're just enjoying the weather. Man, they got some good food over there. They're just in the zone. And then you just decide you're gonna go over there and just fuck their day up. Everything was fine until you walked over there and introduced yourself to that person. This is what's going on. And it's only a bunch of disgruntled women that's doing this shit. The real women are not sitting up here worried about you taking care of me, you giving me this, you giving me that. And riddle me this. Why are you independent and I don't need no nigga? But then once you do find somebody and you get married and have kids, for some reason, you want to go into early retirement. And it's just this man's responsibility now to take care of you and keep feeding the family and doing everything while you sit back and do absolutely nothing. And again, you know what doesn't change? That motherfucker still don't have any say-so in anything. So now coming to this whole point of, if a man helps me, I got the right. If I want to have sex with him, my husband can't say nothing. Because for one, if it wasn't for him, like say for example, if the lights got to be paid, right? All right then. If he didn't give me the money for it, we wouldn't even have the lights on. First of all, the guy that's giving you money and fucking you is a scumbag. 2, he's a simp, because what the fuck is he paying your bills for? Like he don't have his own bills to pay. Even if it's not hurting his pockets, it's the principle. So guys like that, I look at it and say, y'all are the same dudes that talk about how these bitches ain't shit. But as soon as a ain't shit bitch come by, oh, that ass is fat, I gotta have some of that. That's what y'all do. And then you fuck around and get one of them pregnant. Then what? And now the fact that women are getting so bold that they're telling their man, I might fuck him, I might not. And then it's best that we don't even talk about it. Just know I'm here with you and I'm not leaving you for him. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, she'll be coming to you saying, baby, look, I just want you to know I'm pregnant. And I don't know that if the baby's yours or not. Well, I don't think it's yours because me and you ain't had sex in like a month. And I did have sex with such and such. And I'm pregnant. And I think it's his. And if we do have a baby, we're keeping it. All right. So we're going to have a son or a daughter. Another one. And you're supposed to go, oh, okay. I'm telling you. Everything is just like, and look, you know how, for example, let's just be real. We heard about 2 years ago that it was something that was, they had that video. There was a bunch of people from Disney that was on some type of call, and they were talking about how their agenda is, their words is their agenda is to put as many gay characters on as many shows they possibly can. We always said, too, why did they take the Hulk and make him some little Professor Hulk? We know Professor Hulk was back in the comics. We grew up on the Hulk. But why did they make the weakest version? Why did they make Thor a fat slob at some point? Everything is humor, humor, humor. Make men look soft. Make them look weak and wimpy. Black Widow's kicking ass, but the dudes are soft. I'm just saying. Notice this, right? All right. It's the same thing you see all around the board. Men walking around here wearing dresses to support a female cause. Why do I have to wear a dress to do that? Nah, I'm not doing it. And then if you don't wear, oh, is it going to kill you to wear a dress? Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I'm not a woman. So no, I don't wear fucking dresses. I don't wear makeup. I don't do that shit. All right. Now, with all that being said, y'all, we know that there's a problem with men and women, especially with black men and black women, especially. But my thing is, even like the way women are dressing, like walking with the ass cheeks out, the titties out, who are you doing that for? Other women? Because the first thing you're going to do is start calling guys creepy. That guy was staring at me. You're dressing to get attention. You want to get a reaction. And all of this, everywhere you go, you got a camera in your hand. You're recording everything. You're in the gyms recording everything. I've never in my life been into a gym and until nowadays, and the women are out with the ass cheeks out. And the funny thing, take a gym like Planet Fitness, for example, where they have a certain thing they don't want you to wear, right? Now, you walk in, they got the little drawing up there of a guy with like a tank top on, and it's like not really covering nothing. It's, you know, one of those, or the shirts that just go over, but the sides, they don't want you to wear that. But the women coming in with the ass cheeks out, the women coming in here with tripods, the 6 foot tall tripods, they're recording, they're taking up space, like they're like, and nobody's doing anything about it. They just sit there and like this is just normal. Okay, once again, it's like the agenda and this power move of we're in control, we're dominant. All of you guys that like to get bent over and get pegged by women and all that, and you're crying all the time and trying to get a woman's attention and affection, and the woman is giving you sex out of pity, and you're sitting up there cuddled up, holding the sheets, crying, like the roles have reversed on you motherfuckers. This is what's happening right now. And it's sad to think about what the future's going to hold, man, because your kids are going to come up being taught these same things. And just like what we're talking about now, everything isn't widespread when you first hear about it. But then 2-3 years go by and it's like, phew, that's all everybody's talking about. Like, and I want to say this too. I know this is a little bit off topic, but it's like I said to somebody, I don't want people to misunderstand what I mean when I'm speaking, okay? I say what I mean what I say. It's like when I said in the transgender video, one of the things I wanted to say in there that I didn't say was the point. One of the points I was making was stop separating. You don't want to be like if you homosexual, whatever, okay, transgender, lesbian, dyke, whatever. You want to be included. You want to feel like you're not being left out. You have the right to do this and that. You don't really want to socialize with straight people. You want to talk to people and convince them to accept your lifestyle, and even convert them if you can to becoming gay, because you know straight people don't have interest in gay activity. So even if we're polite to you, it's because you're a human being. But then it's like, look, just like religion, don't come to me with that bullshit. Tell me what you believe. That's your fucking business. Keep that shit to yourself. That's all. My thing is, when you start saying it's because I'm gay, it's because I'm a transgender, it's because I'm dyke, because I'm a lesbian, that's on your fucking mind. People don't even give a fuck about what you are. You're putting yourself in that position to be looked at a certain way because of the way you act, the way you carry yourself. So when you say that you want inclusion and you guys are treated like basically like shit. My thing is, like, when you say straight people, right? It's like a straight person is a murderer. A gay person can't be. A straight person is a liar. A gay person can't be. A straight person is a hypocrite. Gay person can't be. A straight person is evil. All negative things. And they make it seem like gay people don't do nothing wrong. Like gay people have a higher standard of living somehow. They don't do anything wrong. They don't talk bad about people. They're not two-faced. They don't cheat. They don't lie. They don't steal. But then we got tons of videos showing them doing all of the same things, right? The funny thing is, if you say something about a person doing something, you don't know that person's sexuality. But the first thing you start hearing coming out of a gay person's mouth when they get in some type of trouble is because I'm gay. Even if it's the police arresting them for something, it's always the same things. So even like this rapper, Lil Nas X, I guess was high out of his mind, and they found the dude walking around naked and shit, right? And got himself arrested. I think he punched a cop or did or whatever. He got himself arrested. So I'm like, yeah, okay, he's gay. Now, if we speak about Lil Nas X, is it because he's gay or is it because of what he did? And he just happens to be gay. So if you understand what I'm saying? All of this inclusion, but when it comes to negativity, then you don't want to be included. See, that's bullshit. That's hypocrisy. You don't want to be called out for what you're doing wrong. All right. Anyways, back to what I'm saying, and then I'm going to close. Look, y'all. there is no reason for you as a woman to settle down with somebody just to end up fucking up that person's life. Fellas, there's no reason for you to even accept that bullshit. Once a person starts coming to you, like, you want to know what? Here's a simple way. You as a female, be honest and say, look, and they're doing this shit now. They're coming to you with this, look, I need a man that makes 6 figures. I need a man that make this and this and that. I want this, I want that. And if you can't do that, here's my thing. As a man, you need to come. Yeah, right. Then I don't want to settle down with nobody that don't have those requirements that I have. If you can't fulfill that, it can't happen. Great. As a man, you know what you do? Listen, I'm not here to be a puppet. I'm not a simp. I'm not a slave. I'm not soft, no type of way. At the end of the day, if you're all about money and things, keep it pushing. Simple. So when they come with that bullshit, look, I need a man with 6 feet. All right, say less. Enjoy the rest of your day. Or not. It's simple. Because 3, 4, 5, 6 kids later, you also contribute to helping bringing kids in this world with someone that you know don't give a fuck about you. And the fact that sons and daughters are going to grow up seeing mommy with somebody else or daddy with somebody else or whatever, and this is going to become normal behavior now. So now you already got people out here catching AIDS and all types of diseases. And even if there was no such thing as a disease, people's moral compass is just like non-existent. Everything has to be, just be free to do whatever you want. This is why people crash out when they do something wrong. And like I said, you see these police shows where the cops are not even coming to arrest them. They just, and I've seen videos where they're pleading with these motherfuckers. Like, just look, do this and do that. Go get you, ma'am, you're going to get arrested. And they say, well, I this and I that. I've seen therapists, judges, doctors, police officers, some of everybody we done seen crash out and act extremely stupid. You're a therapist, but you need therapy. Screaming, helping, hollering, and pretending to be hurt and all this kind of goofy shit. And it's like, imagine, like, a lot of times, honestly, man, I see videos, especially like the ones, like, you see like the videos where the females, like, they've been out partying or clubbing or whatever and shit, and, they get pulled over by the cops or something or whatever, some disturbance call or whatever the fuck happens. And the way they start acting, all that screaming and banging their head on the window and just like argumentative and won't shut the fuck up. And I'm like, you mean to tell me somebody like this can keep a job? Somebody like this is around people and they can't have friends. They have to be like that type of person when people see them coming, like, oh, this motherfucker, right? And I see that. And when I look at that behavior, I'm saying to myself, anything that this person is showing right now, as a man, did you detect any of that when you was first approached by this woman? Because to be honest with you, one thing I know about a bunch of simple ass men, if a woman's body looks right, they don't even be giving a fuck about what's up in here, what's in here, what's in here. All they care about is they want to clap them cheeks. And then, like I said, a couple of babies later, they sitting up there like, why? So, for all of the people that's with a person for the right reasons and you have a solid relationship, you'd be wise to keep that going and not let anybody come and ruin your relationship and start putting this negative shit in your heads. One thing I'm going to tell you about life, man, and the things that I see is people don't have much to say when it comes to being positive, when it comes to like fixing things. They only have a lot to say when they want to add fuel to the fire, they want to burn something down and destroy something that's solid. And you got to be a fool to let somebody do that. And for you, and it's like I tell people, like what women are saying is men are simple. They don't want nothing. They're content. Okay, so fine. Let's say that's the case. Who the fuck are you to come in somebody's life and then you want to, I'm just trying to motivate that person to get ambitious, to want something. That they do have something in life. It's just not what you want. And I tell you any day, like, man, let me tell you something. When I see my neighbors who are no longer married and I see them motherfuckers, they come in the house, they leave, they go, they're happy, they're chilling, they're good. They wasn't smiling and chilling when they was married. And they were always upset, sad, no enthusiasm, losing weight, gaining weight, just stressed out. And it's like, they're not going to let that happen again. But for the people out here going, and another thing, the people out here saying, I'm tired of being by myself. I want to settle down with somebody. Man, let me tell you something. You don't know what the fuck you about to get yourself into. You better learn how to relax and enjoy yourself. And I swear, I've said this before, you better off just calling the escort service. You want to know why? Because at least you know whatever you do, whether it's just to go out to a movie, go out to eat, or you want to have sex or whatever it is, you know that it's business. There's no games, no strings attached. As opposed to somebody coming along trying to play a certain role and going along with certain things just to end up to ultimately lie to you, cheat on you, disrespect you, and you sit up here and think, I wanted to be with somebody. I was tired of being by myself. Okay, are you happy now? Learn to love yourselves. Women keep saying this shit over and over, talking about know your worth. Fuck all that corny ass cliche shit. Learn to love your fucking selves. Learn to be respectful. You know, I used to tell people, you can respect the person simply by not even talking to them. You know what I mean? So my thing is, if you are coming into somebody's life with that extra baggage, just think about it. I'm going to come into this person's life because they have something about them that I like, that I'm benefiting off of one way or another. But it's not enough to keep me happy. And I know this already. Walk away. Fellas, you meet this female and she's talking to you like she's interviewing you and she's talking about materialistic shit. Walk the fuck away. If you are single right now, I'm telling you, enjoy your fucking freedom and enjoy the fact that you're not stressed out, you're not broke, you're not running around here trying to appease some woman. Y'all like to get on here playing fucking Madden and all that, right? Monetizing y'all fucking social media channels and all that shit. Y'all better continue to do that shit, make your money, stack your money up, and don't fucking come to the conclusion one day I'm gonna settle down with who. Man, it's hard to say who's the one. She's a good one. He's a good. It's hard to say that. You can say that, but do we know that? I'm just saying, this is a scary ass time, man, for people to, all this dating and trying to settle down shit. And the younger you are, you think that the one you with now, that's who you're going to always be with. And then one day you get older, especially when you're together younger, you think you know each other more. You should know how to get things done and how to mesh together, right? But a lot of times, man, you guys been together so long, you start to get burnt out, things start to change, and you know what the problem is? Whether it's family or so-called best friends, you start putting that negative shit in your head. And you start feeling bad, especially if you might know somebody, their house is bigger than yours, the car's more expensive, or they got more cars, they got more money. Now you want to compete with that. And you start this whole, well, my friend Janice's husband bought her this and bought her that, and well, they get, here we go. Right now, dating is not attractive. It's not attractive, man. Learn to love yourselves. Fuck all of that bullshit and fucking kids' lives up because y'all not ready to be parents. Y'all just baby daddies and baby mamas. And all your relationships is just business relationships. Plain and simple. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.